Welcome back to our humble San Diego podcast. You've now tuned in to Drop the Mic, and I am your host, the Swan. Alongside me today, we have Chris Pawlak returning for his end of the month takeover special. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? I'm glad to be here in your fancy setup.
Thank you. Thanks for making time for the show, coming down and do it in person. I can't wait to get this the ball rolling.
Nor can I. I love this movie, and it's one of my favorite comedies, so I can't wait to talk about it.
Very awesome.
And we're in a good spot.
Right. So for episode 264 and Baby Makes 3, we dive into the Coen Brothers vault with a review for their 1987 effort, Raising Arizona. But first, we've got to hit you with some of our usual warm-up segments.
And now for a special news report. Brought to you by Drop the Mic.
Now, off air, you told me you don't have much?
Nope, it's all you, man.
All right, so we'll dive into what I have then. So first up, some pretty grim news. This week, Bruce Willis's wife, Emma Hemming Willis, shared that the actor is stepping away from his career due to some health issues. More specifically, he was diagnosed with aphasia. Is that how you say it?
Aphasia?
Aphasia?
I think. Is there an H in there?
No, it's APASIA.
Okay, aphasia, like you said then.
Okay, cool. Thank you for the fact check.
I saw it briefly, and I don't remember if there was an H. If there's no H, then yeah, you said it correctly then.
All right. So aphasia, which makes it harder for an individual to speak, read, and write. Usually it has to do with some kind of brain damage. And Bruce is 67.
I was just about to ask how old he is.
It sucks.
It does. You hate to see anyone go through something like that.
Much less John McClane.
Yeah, tough guy. But even so, like, he hasn't had like a huge.
Probably what.
What was the last big movie that he did? Glass. Yeah,
I think
everything else has kind of been like straight to video on demand or something. He's doing that thing where, pay me $1 million, I'll show up for one day. You know, you put me in a couple of scenes, and then you can sell the movie with my name, even though I'm not in it all that much.
I guess there were some rumors going around that he probably was doing that kind of material because of, you know, his situation.
Affecting him already.
Maybe it was easier for him that way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad. Moving on, actor Daniel Kaluuya has become a regular within the world of contemporary film, obviously, and we now know he's going to be jumping behind the scenes as well. Daniel is locked in with Netflix to write and produce a dystopian horror film called The Kitchen.
Cool.
Which is set to drop sometime in 2023.
Cool, I'm excited. He's going to star in it as well? Or just write and produce?
I think just write and produce.
Oh, okay.
I didn't read anything about him actually being in it, so pretty cool. Regardless. Moving on into some more, I guess, horror-esque news. You're probably gonna hate this, but a possible prequel series to Andy Muschietti's It Chapters 1 and 2 could be happening in HBO Max. These series would likely explore the origins of Pennywise the Clown, as well as the curse over the town the story takes place in. Welcome to Derry is the working title as of now.
Yeah, stop with the prequel shit. What makes an effective villain is the fact that he's just there. I don't need to know the whole backstory.
Yeah.
It didn't work with Darth Vader. It's not going to work with Pennywise the Clown.
You know, I think that just has to do with the chapters 1 and 2 were juggernauts at the box office. Mm-hmm. You know, they drew not just genre fans, but everyone. So they're, you know, of course they're going to try to capitalize on that somehow.
I would take that with a grain of salt, though, because HBO Max has said all kinds of stuff about there's going to be Batman prequel stuff, or, you know, focusing on, like, Gotham PD or something. Mm-hmm. There's going to be Dune stuff. I don't know if any of those are happening anymore. So we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. They did actually follow through with the Peacemaker stuff, which I was surprised about.
It's a good show.
I haven't watched it. I haven't even seen the Suicide Squad yet.
Let me know your thoughts when you get around to it.
I will.
Uh-huh.
It's James Gunn, so I definitely will watch it at some point.
Of course. What else do I have? So, although Blade Runner 2049 was critically acclaimed and embraced by fans of its predecessor at the time of its release, it didn't fare well at the box office. However, the film has gained traction again after being put on Netflix this week and staying firmly at number 1.
I saw that headline somewhere too. I don't think it wasn't a bomb. It was just it probably didn't make, at least stateside, it didn't make its budget back because that was a big budget movie, and
I think I know the numbers.
Blade Runner already had kind of like a cult following, but it wasn't always going to be the biggest movie in the world.
If my memory serves me correct, its budget was 135 and it made worldwide 267.
So it made its budget back, but
just not much profit.
Yeah, the States maybe mid-60s is what it topped out at, which is still really good, but for a movie that cost double that, probably not great, considering you have to factor in marketing costs as well.
Of course. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It rules.
It's amazing, yeah.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, or maybe you'll just want to skip it altogether, but the Academy is leaning towards this.
I knew we were going to get into this.
The Academy is leaning towards disciplinary action after the events that unfolded during Sunday night's Oscar ceremony. Will Smith is said to have a deadline to respond before actions are taken.
They should take action.
But do you think they should take his award away?
I don't know about that because that was already predetermined.
Yeah.
But I mean, put a ban on him for at least a few years.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's usually tradition that whomever wins the best actor this year is going to present the best actress next year. Don't bring them on for that. You have to show some kind of a crackdown on that type of behavior. I mean, you can argue all day whether he was right to do that or not. I don't think that he was. But, that still, you have to say, we don't allow that. Whether or not you didn't like the joke or whether, you were trying to defend your wife or something. I get that, but still, you don't just, walk up and punch somebody because you don't like something that they said. It was a big overreaction on Will's part. It seems like especially because he looked like he kind of chuckled at it at first. Yeah. And then there was like that beat, and then all of a sudden he's walks up on stage. Yeah, so I'm wondering if Jada nudged him or whatever, or said something to him. She rolls her eyes. She does roll her eyes, yeah. Yes, and looks over at him, and then it seemed like he felt like he needed to do something. He definitely didn't have to go up there and touch Rock. He could have just, said what he said from down in the crowd. That's true, yeah. He could have said something. And would have, there would be far less backlash than, everything that's going on. But it sucks. Something that I feel like nobody's talking about is that the Oscars as a whole this year took a different approach, and, they had pretty much all comedians presenting, and they were taking shots at everybody the entire time. Well, and you also have to realize that the Oscars are written. It's not just someone showing up there. It's not like Rock just cracking some random ass joke. Like that joke was written for him, scripted by other writers. So maybe talk to them later on. He's just repeating the shit that he reads off the teleprompter. That's a valid point. And the joke wasn't derogatory, right? It's a deep cut joke. No, I mean, you're sitting front row at the Oscars. You gotta take it. You gotta roll with it. It's all in good fun. No one is trying to really be mean, or at least go out of their way to be mean. It's you gotta be able to roll with the punches, so to speak. Yeah. People have gotten probably shit talked far worse, or had jokes at their expense that are far worse than that one that Rock had at Jada Pinkett Smith. That's what I guess was very confusing, is that I just didn't see. I understand that she has
an illness or, what have you. And so, but again, going back to what you're saying, that he was just reading something else that was...
Yeah, I don't believe for 1 second that was a joke that he just came up with. If I'm not mistaken, I read that was already written. But and it really sucks too, because I haven't seen King Richard, but Will Smith, applied with the right director and the right material, is very good.
Yeah, I saw it, and I feel like he definitely deserved a win, and not more than 40 minutes after he did what he did, he won, and
the whole thing got overshadowed by what he did. And that really sucks, because he should have been able to get up there and enjoy that moment, and everyone else should have been enjoying and that for him and been happy for him. Instead, it was like there was like a weird vibe in the entire room going on, once that happened, and then all through that. Yeah. But that moment just overshadows everything, and it's going to be the only thing that people are really going to talk about from his win and from that ceremony.
Yeah, from anybody's wins.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be the one thing that's always going to be coming up.
A shout out to Questlove for winning for his documentary.
I want to see that documentary. I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited. I heard he got like emotional about it.
He did. He
did.
did.
Good for him.
And now it's time for the weekly recommendations.
Do you have any recs?
I do have recs.
All right, let's hear them.
My first rec is talking about the Coen Brothers today. I want to rec The Tragedy of Macbeth, which I finally watched and really, really enjoyed.
It's good?
It is very good. It is very good. I mean, I don't know how people feel about, trying to navigate like the Shakespeare language, which the movie very much is, but I really enjoyed, like, the black and white is awesome. It's shot in the Academy ratio, so it's, the 1:3:3 frame. Denzel is awesome in it. Frances McDormand's great as Lady Macbeth. Corey Hawkins as Macduff is awesome too. And I really dug the kind of sparse production design too. It's not like overly fancy. There's a lot of just like kind of concrete walls and big open spaces. If I'm not mistaken, I think that Joel Coen directed it on stage with Denzel and Frances McDormand like a while back.
Oh, really?
I believe so. And I think that in having like that real kind of minimalist production design, it was kind of recreating that stage look, where it didn't so much feel like a stage, but it's not overly designed. But I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
Got to check out The Green Knight next.
I am. That's on my list. So check that out. My second one is a movie called Running Scared, which I just watched.
Billy Crystal?
The Billy Crystal one. Yeah. Not the shitty Paul Walker movie.
It's not shitty.
I don't like that movie.
You watched it?
I have seen that movie. I don't like it at all.
Last time we talked about it, I felt like you hadn't seen it.
No, I've seen it.
You don't like it?
No. I like Vera Farmiga, but she really is only great in one scene because she's not in that much of the movie.
Where she goes to get the kid?
Where she goes to get the kid, and Elizabeth Mitchell's like the stone cold sociopath pedophile. But Elizabeth Mitchell's great in that scene too, because there's just like zero emotion, and she's like trying to just keep calm.
Yeah.
That's the only really good scene, but I don't like the rest of that movie. No, I'm talking the 80s movie with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. It's a great action comedy, and Crystal and Hines are so fucking funny together. Just the